wrestling at all.
No, I'm never getting on top of you.
If you're picking Paddy, then that means you think Paddy is going to take him down. Which, by the way, you're then counting on a lot of luck once he gets there. You know, or a lot of good success once he gets there, keeping him there, submitting him, passing to positions, pounding him out, whatever it is you think's going to happen. But it has to start with the takedown, if you subscribe to that. And meanwhile, the argument would be, if it stays on his feet, that it would go to Gaethje. Is it that straightforward? I don't think so. And based on what we've seen, I could see where you could come to that conclusion. I'm just sharing, if you follow the sport as a whole, we don't really see that anymore. We don't really see a lot of this, this guy's the better striker and this guy's the better grappler. That's very 1993 thinking. And we've dismissed Paddy for so long. I mean,
Not anyone close to your level.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it doesn't matter, because it's such a crazy sport. It's such a small, it's 25 minutes in time. None of that's going to matter. Nothing in the future or before is going to matter. It's going to be about being perfect right then, right now. I'm going to tell myself every single day that he's coming to hurt me. And that's a mistake I've made in the past where, I thought maybe I didn't think I was in as much danger as I was. And that is a fatal mistake in this sport. And so I understand how dangerous this kid is. I understand how much he wants this and how hard it's going to be to take it from him.
Right now, Paddy Pimblett isn't making noise online. His focus is locked elsewhere. Footage from the gym shows a different version of him. It's dialed in, disciplined, and visibly elevated from where he was before. There's no showmanship here, and no performance for the lens. This is serious preparation. Paddy knows that when you face Justin Gaethje, mistakes don't get forgiven. That's why he's sharpening his speed, increasing his output, and hardening his mindset. Because against Justin, durability alone will never be enough. Chaos Sun first leaned toward Justin Gaethje, but deeper conversations changed his outlook. After hearing opinions from 4 respected insiders split evenly between both fighters, one idea stood out. Paddy's path to winning likely involves a takedown. Chael highlighted how rare and difficult that is against Justin, especially controlling him once he's down, and questioned whether fights are ever that straightforward anymore.
And it's 2-2. 2 say it's going to be Gaethje, and 2 says it's going to be Paddy. There was a consensus, though, and I don't know if I agree with this, but I don't know, because I haven't really given this a lot of thought. There was a consensus that Paddy has to take Gaethje down, and that if you go back and you look over the history of Gaethje's career, people don't take him down. Right? If you're not named Khabib, you likely don't have a takedown over Justin Gaethje. That's true. That might not be literal, but just like thinking about his career off the top of my head, that sounds close to right. So, do you agree with that much? Do you agree that Paddy has to take him down? And if you're picking Paddy, then that means you think Paddy is going to take him. So long. I mean, I feel like we've dismissed him for 8 fights. Is he now 8-0 in the UFC? That's off the top of my head, but I think I'm right. Is he now 4 years in the UFC? That's off the top of my head, but I think I'm right. And yeah, he does favor grappling, but he used to favor grappling to submissions. Now he's favoring grappling to ground and pound. So the only thing that you really learn through that statement is that you don't really know what he's going to do. And he doesn't really do something until somebody shows a defense to what he prefers to do, right? You get your first option, your second option, your third option. Guys are good enough, you never see the third option. He was questioned many times how good of a striker is Khabib. Well, what difference does it make? I mean, you could tell me that you've never seen him strike, but the other side of the coin is you've never seen anybody stop the takedown. So why would he strike? Like, it gets to be a little bit philosophical. Is there anything we've seen or even heard from training footage from Paddy that says that he can't fight on his feet? No.
Chael refused to write Paddy off the way many others do. Instead, he pointed to Paddy's long run of success and the subtle evolution in how he fights. He explained that Paddy is no longer only hunting for submissions. Now he blends positional control with steady damage, making his approach far less predictable. Chael then turned to the mental side of the matchup, mentioning how Justin has been speaking as if this moment matters more than ever. Not because he's stepping away, but because he's fully committed, leaving no room for excuses or hesitation. .com.
I'm not going to defend Paddy, but I'm going to kind of defend him, if you know what I'm saying. Now, he said Dan Hooker's grappling was so bad that he couldn't stop, you know, an attacker going after his mum. You've got to be careful on YouTube what you say. So, we all know, John played the clip.
And lad, people are saying, like, Justin Gaethje, he's older than that, lad. He's 2 years older than Dan Hooker.
That's true.
Dan Hooker couldn't grapple off his ma. You know what I mean?
Okay, strong statements about Dan Hooker there.
He said that, right, which is a wild line. He was just having a laugh. And I know a lot of people are shocked by this, and I know a lot of people said that's out of bounds, it's off limits, have a bit of respect, you're a trash human being. I mean, all you got to do is have a look on Twitter and some YouTube comments. People are really going after Paddy for this. And obviously Dan Hooker came out with a wild response as well. We'll get to that in a second. But just on Paddy here, you got to remember, he's a lad from Liverpool, where they do have a great sense of humour, but also, you know, Justin Gaethje. And if he beats Gaethje, he becomes the interim champion. After that, Dan Hooker's off his radar, right? He will not get to fight Dan Hooker. The only person he's going to fight next is either Ilia Topuria, if Ilia comes back soon, which I hope he does, because he only just became the champion, or it's going to be Arman Tsarukyan, right? Now, Arman Tsarukyan, a lot of people felt that he should have got the title shot. As we know, there was a few circumstances pulling out of the fight. He headbutted Dan Hooker when he beat him recently. And Dana White just kind of like admitted that definitely played a factor into him not getting a title shot.
Did the headbutt play any factor in the decision to not go with him? It did, right?
A lot of things have factored in, you know.
Not being dependable, headbutting your opponents at weigh-ins and stuff like that. It's not a good look, because if that had have opened up a cut on Dan Hooker, the main event, where was it? In Qatar, would have been off. Do you know what I'm saying? So Arman's incredible, right? But Paddy went after him, said that, you know, he's a crap grappler and all the rest of it. I hope he breaks his neck and all that type of shit. He said Dan Hooker almost had him in a guillotine. But anyway, if Paddy beats Justin, none of this matters.
Bisping shared his thoughts, though he avoided a technical breakdown of the matchup. Instead, he focused on the moment Paddy is stepping into. According to Bisping, this is the biggest stage of Paddy's career, and it comes with an overwhelming amount of attention. The talk, the criticism, and the constant headlines have made Paddy impossible to ignore, but also easier for fans to turn against. Bisping's point was that this level of scrutiny offers no advantage when you're about to face an opponent like Justin Gaethje.
A lot of the fans understood why you weren't going to fight Paddy Pimblett in a non-championship setting, but now it is for a belt, and that is the fight that is in front of you. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, no, Paddy Pimblett, I mean, this guy's got a ton of momentum, you know, a ton of confidence, and those are two variables that are tough to beat. I'm going to have to really steal that momentum early and stay in my shell. You know, I know this kid's going to be trying to kill me, and I know he's going to make mistakes, so I have to be ready to take advantage of these mistakes and fight a perfect fight at the highest level.
Being said, the drama disappears once the fight starts. If Paddy wins, he moves into top-tier contention. If he loses, the hype means nothing, and the division carries on. The pressure, in his view, is on Paddy. Since Justin is already proven, while Paddy still has to show he belongs.
The UFC, he's the younger man. Those things can be factored into a betting line. Have you seen the odds for the fight?
Yeah, I love that I'm an underdog. I think I'm 8-2 or 8-3 as an underdog in the UFC. 2017, I fought the top 5 in the world every year, consistently, and I'm still here. If I wasn't as good as I am, then I wouldn't be here, and I still am here because I am one of the best in the world. It's just such a crazy sport. It's such a small fraction of time. We're talking thousands of minutes till January 24th. Right. And I got to be 25-minute fight, and you have to be perfect for 25 minutes. And, all I can do is prepare mentally, physically, and be thankful when I get there, because it's such a fucking crazy sport. But Paddy Pimblett is a very popular guy right now, and it's going to do great things. I'm going to do the same thing I did for the Khabib and Tony thing. I'm going to fuck this up. Paddy wants to fight Ilya. Ilya wants to fight Paddy. Yeah. That's what they want, but I'm here to fuck it up again. And that's what I do.
Justin Gaethje spoke about the matchup with clear awareness of the threat in front of him. He made it clear that Paddy's real danger isn't the publicity around him, but the momentum and self-belief he's carrying into the fight. Justin explained that confidence often pushes fighters to take smart but risky chances. His goal, he has said, is to stop that early by staying composed and sticking to his game plan instead of feeding into the disorder. He expects openings to come from Paddy, but only if he remains calm enough to let those moments reveal themselves.
Gaethje is fighting Paddy Pimblett coming up. Who do you favor?
I want Justin to beat Paddy. Yeah. Well, because Justin, he's gonna fight with me, but Paddy, if Paddy wins, he's gonna try to avoid me and trying not to fight me, because he's not man like
Justin Gaethje 26-5, Paddy Pimblett 23-3, 37 years old to 31, so big age gap here. 5'11 to 5'10, 70 to 73. So Paddy Pimblett going to be younger, also will have a 3-inch reach advantage in this matchup. But let's start first with the highlight. Justin Gaethje, have a look at this matchup. I did mention it there. It is 5 rounds for the interim title. He is 26-5. He's got 19 knockouts, 2 submissions, and 4 decisions. Currently ranked number 4 in the lightweight division. He'll have a 1-inch height advantage in this fight, but that's about it. He's also a former UFC interim lightweight champion. I believe he'll be the first fighter in UFC history to win 2 interim titles if he does win here.
He also pointed to what he's learned over time. Justin explained that youth and an unbeaten record may look impressive on paper, but they don't decide what happens once the fight starts. What truly matters, he said, is who can stay sharp and disciplined for all 5 rounds. He described this as one of those rare moments where everything else fades away. Past results, betting numbers, and public opinion hold no value. Justin admitted that earlier in his career, he sometimes underestimated danger, and he stressed that this isn't one of those situations. He remains undefeated in the UFC and is the younger fighter. But he made it clear those facts belong in betting discussions, not inside the cage. Have you looked at the odds for this fight?